Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about JWT access token. So basically our previous lesson was JWT authentication, rule-based authorization using .NET Core 7.0. So that was basically just for token user management using the username and password over the API request. We can get the token with expire time. So today we'll talk about refresh token. Basically, if you have a token and token expire time is longer time, let's say 1 day or more than like 1 week, that is not good practice. Reason is hacker can use your token by achieving your token, and they can request multiple requests into your system. So good practice is use the refresh token and keep the token expire time, let's say 1 hour and shorter time. But if you have a token and token expire time shorter time, then every time you have to request token request again and again, that will be cumbersome and and that will not be a good practice. So that's why in this situation, so we can have a good solution, which is refresh token. So today I'm talking about details with the project, real life project, and show the demonstration using Postman, how we can create the refresh token and get the refresh token, and also we can remove user-wise refresh token, revoke user-wise refresh token, or all user refresh token. So after this video, I will share the source code and Postman collection and GitHub link, also the previous tutorial on refresh to JWT token. So let's start. If I open our previous project, then we can see, and this is the basically user management project, and using this API project we can register and get login, and once we request the login, then we can get the token. So let me run the project, then we can see how this project is work. So here is the API Swagger documentation default. So we have just default 3 API login, registration, and user list. So first I log in using this API. I already created username and password, and that is Shahed. Username is Shahed and password is Shahed@123. Execute. So we get the token. So this is the just basic project for JWT token. So we update this project and we incorporate new feature like a JWT refresh token. So first we have so here is the summary what we are going to do in this project. So we'll update the model, like here is our model. So we'd add new two field like refresh token and refresh token expiration time. So application user, here we will add new two field, refresh token and refresh token expire time, and also we will add model views for data communication using the API, and we will update the migration, create new service for getting the refresh token, and finally we will test the entire project using the Postman collection or the default browser Swagger documentation. So let me add two new fields. So one field is access token and another field refresh token. So that will be a refresh token and refresh token expiration time. So our model is ready. So I will update now app setting.json. So already we have token expiration time in hour. I will add one new field which is refresh token expiration time in hour or minutes or days. Or refresh token expiration in days. So let's say 7 days. So we have update two things like update the model and update the ASP appsetting.json file. So now I will update, create migration and update the database. So you can update, create migration using package manager console, also the terminal as well. So let me update the create migration using PMC. Add migration. Just new new fields. Sorry, we have to select the data project and add migration. So migration is created successfully. Now I have to update the database. Update and database. So update database. This already object name ASP.NET. Okay, let me just delete the database and create the migration freshly. Here is my database, and if I refresh my database, and I just delete the database. So my database name is, I think, API user management. I'm just copying my database and using the SQL script I will just delete the database. So database delete successfully. Now I update database. So database update successful. Just for cross checking, let me show you just the table, and we have added tune API refresh token table. Sorry, that will be API user management table. ASP.NET user select start from ASP.NET user API user management. Sorry, I did a mistake again. So anyways, I'm just updating database again. By mistaking, I have deleted my database. So database created again, and I just run the just ASP.NET user. I have to select the database name API user management. So here is our table. So if we check the new field like refresh token and refresh token expression, so two new field has been added successfully. So go back to my project. So we have our model is ready, migration is done. Now we have to create view model and new service, then we can test the refresh token. So in the data project, let me complete the view model first, then we can move to the create service. So now token view model for token view model. We'll use this model for like request token and also the refresh token as well. In the login, public, so status code, so and the error message and also success message and access token and refresh token. So let me remove the unused using token view model is ready, and just now I have to add just one view model, which is get refresh token view model, that will contain just access token and refresh token. New, add new class, get refresh token view model. So this view model will contain just two field, access token and access token refresh token. Our database is ready, model view is ready, and DB connection also already we have in our existing database connection already we have in our existing project in the appsetting.json file. And now I will create a service. Not only service, we have a auth service. I just update the auth service by adding get refresh token. I already created a new service get refresh token. I'm just copying my existing project get refresh token. So we have to update the public get principal from expire token. So as we are requesting the expire token for refresh token, so we have to get the principal using the access token, expired access token. So generate refresh token. So using generate refresh token, just simple method. Let me explain the generate. It's random number generation. This is the built-in function from the .NET. You have to use system.security.cryptography. So generate refresh token is okay. Now we have to add the get principal from expire token. So I already added the JWT key secret using the configurations, and here is the validation issue, all the details here. And if you check the appsetting.json, you can see valid audience 5001, valid issuer 5001, token expire time in hour, and token refresh token validity time in, and secret as well, longer secret. You can use your secret key here. I think our service get refresh token almost ready. So in the controller, now I will create a new controller just for keeping this refresh token as separate. We already have authentication controller. Now I will create the separate controller, which is get refresh token controller. Controller, add new controller, MBCMT controller, refresh token controller, add. So our token is, sorry, our controller is just empty now. So now I will add the required code here. It will be controller base, not controller. sorry, I have to add the API controller, not the MVC controller. Anyways, let me update it. So we need auth service, our in application service, and the logger for login application logger, and configuration for accessing the app setting.json to key and secret, and user management for accessing the user's information from database. So now I add the refresh token, get refresh token. So here is the refresh token, get refresh token. So we need to update the interface. So we just create the service method here, and we need to update this method into the interface. So our interface is ready. So you can see two reference already added. So if we go back to refresh token controller, then we can see get refresh token is not showing any red mark errors. So we just getting refresh token using this service, and if status code is 0, then we are sending the bad request, and else the result. And result, the token view model, and token view model will contain the access token and refresh token. And if I explain the refresh token details, go to implementation. So first we are checking using the we just initiate the view model here, and getting the principal using the expire token and username. So principal.identity name. So we just using username, we are taking or getting user details from the database using a user manager instance. And if user null and refresh token, user.refresh token not equal to model passing refresh token, and also the refresh token less than or equal to the datetime.now, then we are sending the invalid access token. Else we are generating auth claim, and the passing to the for getting a token, we are passing the auth claim into the generate token. So we are getting generate token here, and the generate refresh token by generating the random number. So we have now refresh token, new token, and refresh token. So we need to update the refresh token in the user information, like this table. So as previous token was expired, so here using the user manager, we are updating the refresh token by putting the refresh token user.refresh token. So user information has been updated. So finally we are sending this 4 information in the view model, and in the authentication refresh token controller, we are getting the result and sending this. So now we are getting a refresh token. That is fine. So sometimes you need to revoke some user refresh token, also the all user refresh token. So now I will add 2 different methods for revoke all user and single user refresh token. So first one is revoke single user refresh token by username, and second one is just all user revoke refresh tokens. So our refresh token is ready. Now if I just for testing build success, I hope the rebuild also success. So our database is empty. First I will create a fresh user and sending the request. So if I go back to my service, then we can check the refresh token expiration time. So refresh token expire time is currently taking from the database. Sorry, currently setting just 1 minute for checking it is expiring or not. So I will change later for testing different test cases. So just let me run the project and checking the user creation and also the token, refresh token. So previously we have 3 API, now we have additional 2 different Web API, refresh token, revoke single user and all user. So as our database is empty, now I have to create a new user by sending the user details. So let me copy the user details and registrations, try now. So user details, username Shahid, email, password, first name and last name. Execute. So success, and using this username and password we can send token request by login API. Try it. So username and password is Shahid and Shahid at the rate 123. So if we send this request, we will get new token with access token now. Sorry, we'll get the token, not access token. So we have to update. So now we are getting just a token. So we need to update this login API so that we can get token and access token same time. So let me go back to my project, and if we go to the authentication controller and the login, it is just sending this token. So we need to update this login API. So let me close the unnecessary open file. So now I update the login API. Previously just one parameter by sending with status code and message. Now I have to update I update this method, and I will use the view model, which is login view model. So we have to update the login view model as the login function from the service. Go to implementation. So this is the old code. We have to pass the login view to the token view model, like this one, token view model. Sorry, login view model in the auth, we have to update token view model. So we are getting errors, so I will fix now. If we go back to the auth controller and still showing error because login auth service. So we need to update the service, the login service. So we are getting error now. So if we go to the interface, iOS service, so previously it was just two different parameter, so we need to update it by sending token view model by replacing token view model. So in the auth service, login, authentication controller is now okay, and authentication service okay. We have to update the login in the service. So first I will pass the token view model, not the string and integer. So we are lot of errors here, so let me fix one by one. So if you use a null, then we are sending so it will be token invalid username, and also we have to pass the token view model, not just integer and string. So we just replacing the single parameter integer string by porting token view model. We just cross-checking the username, password, and sending the status code 0, invalid password, invalid username. And later we are cross-checking the user roles and getting the auth claim, because auth claim we need into getting new refresh access token. So here is the access token, and generating token parameter is auth claim. So here we are getting the auth claim using username. So once we get the new token and also the refresh token and setting the status code 1 and status message is success, and we are setting the refresh token validity here, refresh token expire time. So and also we are just updating the user information here once we are getting the refresh token, because in the user profile we have two new fields like refresh token and refresh token expire time. We are updating here. So our old login service updated now, and if we once again build and login into the system, then we'll get what? We'll get these 4 different fields like token view model. We'll get status code, status message, access token, and refresh token. So build is success, so without having any issues. That is awesome. So here is our login API and try. If we try it using Shahid and password, let me copy the username and password. I just wanted to avoid the typing. Paste. So Shahid, we just already have this username and password in the system. Before, in the initial of the video, we have created one user, and which is here Shahid, and Shahid at the rate 123. If we click the action button execute, then hopefully we will get 4 different parameters value. Status codes 1 denotes the success, status message, access token, and refresh token. So finally we are successful to generate the refresh token, and if our application expire time is just 1 minute, refresh token expire time, auth service, let me show you. Yes, I just disabled the actual token expire time from the app setting.json for testing just 1 minute. So I will try just 1 minute later what happening using the refresh access token for authorize API. If I go back to the Swagger, let me copy the entire result, access and refresh token. Using access token, if I open my Postman, here is my Postman collection and API user management, and if we request like user list, which is IIS, I need to update the port like 5001 and also the HTTPS. Save and go to the bearer token. I need to update, send, unauthorized. So 1 minute is over, so I need to send a login request again. Shahid. So here is the access token. Using new access token, hopefully we can get the static user list. Send. Yes, successful. So 1 minute later it will be expired. So 1 minute later, what can we do? We can do the refresh token request by using the expire token. So let me just 1.26 now. I just request 1 minute later. So 1 minute is over, so yeah, I already requested, so it is showing unauthorized. So using this expire token with refresh token, if we update these two parameters and send the request, the JSON value code, sorry, just updating without the third brackets. Invalid access token or refresh token. Sorry, I have to copy this. I was copying the old refresh token and access token. I need to copy this one. This access token already expired. Yes, so as this access token expired, and with refresh token we are getting the refresh token. Using the refresh new token, the new token is just 1 minute expire time. I need to update the token as early as possible. Send. Forbidden. To refresh token. Copy and user list token. Let me check this issue again. So using this refresh token and login details, so we are just getting details of the API return, like status code, status message, access token and refresh token. For testing, access token expire is 1 minute, so I already show the demo. 1 minute later when we are getting unauthorized, and using the refresh token we are getting the updated token. So this is the overall summary. Also you can revoke user by using this username. So I need the token. So using the token, we can copy, revoke user, authorize. If we send using the old user, then we'll getting unauthorized. Username is Shahed. And if we using the right, so success, we are getting the success message. If we go to our code, what we are returning the revoke refresh token by username, so returning the success, and all user also will get the success message as well. So if we open the revoke all and sending the all token, we will get unauthorized 401, and if we update the token, then we will get the success. So if we check the database, we will see the refresh token and refresh token expire time is empty now. It's null. So refresh token is null. So overall project summary: using as a user, we are sending the request for new token by login. So once we are logging into the system, system will return valid username and password. The system will return access token and refresh token. So and good practice is token access token expire time keep in just half an hour or 15 minutes or 1 hour, less time, and refresh token expire time is like more days. So once our token getting expired, then using the token refresh token request, we will get the updated token, so without username password. So that's the main theme of refresh token. So here is the flow: username, password, we are getting JWT access token plus refresh token. Once expired, then 401 unauthorized, then sending refresh token, and we are getting the updated new JWT token with refresh token. So hopefully you will enjoy this video, and you will get all the details like source code and also the postman collection. And this is the code first project. Once you just run the project, and a database will using the migration command, you will get the database detail, and here is the application settings and the JWT token. If you have any further question queries, you are always welcome to share your feedback in the comment section. So thank you again. See you in the next video.
Mm-hmm.